Alright, guys, welcome to the live streaming sessions. And as usual, we'll be doing the live streaming sessions with you guys, informing what we are expecting out of the market and what could be happening in the next few hours together alongside with me on the live streaming sessions. And definitely, if you guys do have any questions about the market, you guys are always welcome to let me know, and I'd love to help you guys throughout your trading, or if you guys do have any requests to view what market that you guys are interested to. So let us get started in a few moments. But overall, the signs are looking great. We are seeing that the gold market, after that terrible drop, I would say for short-term traders, it's considered a terrible drop, but for the swing traders, trend trader, I think that is a possibly needed drop on the market for us to actually see the continuations and the trend in the long run. And overall, the signs are still looking great. We are expecting to see that the gold market could continue to go higher and breaking today's high. And as we are watching, there are already some good signs appearing on the market. So I'll be watching carefully, guys, and pay attention closely because I believe there will be an opportunity coming up soon. Okay, so welcome. Everything looking great. Okay, so let us get started. And welcome to the live streaming sessions. And if you guys are new here, welcome. Then I'll be introducing myself so that you guys could get a little bit of an understanding following through the live streaming sessions, what you guys could be getting out of it. So my name is Steven. Nice to see you guys here. And personally, I'm a swing trader, trend follower, and I'll be putting more attention to the trend following. As things started to change, we'll be assessing things on two key criteria. But first, before all of that, I'll be covering a lot of different instruments, a lot of trading assets, important commodity trading such as gold, silver, oil, forex, stock analysis, and we do have sometimes we'll be even covering cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, so that you guys could get up to date what's happening across different trading assets around the world. And across those different trading assets, I'll be analyzing with you guys based on two things. First, we'll be tracking on how things are changing on the market, on how good the possibility are. Two things that we are watching closely. First, we'll be watching closely to see how the overall trend has been moving. And that will be our main event for our analysis every day. We'll be analyzing the trend for the day and also trying to assess the second thing, how well the momentum of the trend is going, whether the momentum has started to continue to go higher or whether the momentum has started to slow down, whether it started to reverse, or there's a possibility that prices are slowing down right now, ranging and potentially continuing to go higher. So those are the two things that we'll be watching closely throughout the market with you guys on the analysis. So that will be the two key main topics across different trading assets. First, we'll be watching closely on the trend, and second, we'll be watching closely on how the momentum has shifted. And based on that, we could actually get a lot of information out of the market. We can actually decide to do short-term trading, medium-term trading, and long-term trading depending on your style, on your time frame. All right. And definitely, based out of those informations, I hope that you guys are able to get a little bit of understanding how I'll be analyzing the market with you guys as well. So let us get started right now from the gold market itself. And as far as we are able to see, the gold market has actually been moving particularly well. We have been seeing that the uptrend has still remained intact, that hasn't changed at all. And that has actually helped to push up the gold market even further. And what can I say based on the overall trend for today? The gold market has actually been showing us a lot of encouraging signs that prices has been going through a healthy uptrend as far as I could see. And right now we are on the middle of deciding where the next market movement is, whether prices would actually try to stay and try to break or even to retest the upper trendline resistance and then trying to go back lower, or whether prices has already been breaking a new high for the day, will be testing lower and rebounding, trying to go higher later on. So right now we are on the convergence, I would say. How prices will be moving in the next few hours will be pretty important to see how the market reactions will be working from here, guys. So if prices starts to retest the support at the lower uptrend channel, we'll be expecting to see prices will be building up a higher low, and that could be really leading us towards 3670 in the next few hours. But if not, we'll be expecting to see prices will be moving on a sideways. But again, overall, the signs is still pretty clear. We have been seeing that the uptrend is being formed for tonight, and second, momentum is likely trying to break out higher, guys. And all of the signs are looking great. We are seeing really positive signs of the market. And overall, we are trying to wait out to get the clear confirmations whether prices could actually break out higher or not. Because if prices couldn't break out higher than the high, that means there's a potential we could be experiencing a sideways momentum. So right now we are on the verge. Whether the trend could be continuing or not is a very important key mark for the current hour and the next few hours, as we know that tonight we'll be having some major important updates coming out from the US economic events, where we'll be seeing that the PPI numbers will be affecting the overall market as well. Because the numbers coming out from here could actually dictate how the gold market will be moving, because this could be a guide for Thursday's CPI inflation readings, and that could really push things up higher for gold. If the readings are looking great, it is under control, inflation is still within manageable risk, and we are actually able to see that the gold market could continue to go higher. But again, as usual, before the big major events came out, we'll be expecting to see market will be slowing down a little bit, and that will always be the usual case. And as a result, we have been seeing that the overall gold market trying to break out higher has failed, I would say, and we'll be waiting for more informations to come to see how the changes will be going. But again, Based on this, you guys could actually do two things. Let's say our analysis is still intact, we are still bullish, we are waiting for the right momentum to enter the trades. What can we do out of the trades? So first, you can actually try to wait out for a breakout, which could happen right now or sooner than later. I believe we could be able to see something happening right now as we are watching the live streaming sessions. And second, we can actually try to do some speculative trades. And those speculative trades could actually give us a much better risk and reward ratio. Let's say if prices do consolidate nearby here, that could actually offer us something really great in terms of our entry point. So let's say if we could enter at 3652, we can get a lower risk, but at the same time, if we are entering at the lower prices, we are not really getting the confirmation. So there are two ways you guys could approach this market. Let's say I'm still bullish, I have still been waiting for the confirmations. So the only way that I will be executing my trades on my side is I will be waiting to see how prices will be reacting post breakout, waiting for the confirmations. And if you guys aren't patient enough, you guys wanted to get better entry point, better entry prices for your long positions, you guys would definitely try to wait for a pullback, healthy pullback right here at the moving averages and enter around those prices, as that will be the best price and that could actually give you guys a much better risk and reward ratio. But overall, as usual, since I'm much more for the trend follow, I will be waiting for confirmations to see how the price reactions will be moving post breakout. So I'll be waiting for confirmations to see how the prices will be moving. Okay, so we'll be waiting for those signs. Overall, there are very positive signs that the bullishness on the gold market could continue, and I don't really see any reasons that the gold market will be slowing down right now. Because overall, other than that, we have been seeing that the US dollar index has remained under pressure. It's remained subdued, even though it has started to show some signs of retaliations, trying to break out higher, getting some strength, but we are not really seeing those much on the market. Therefore, we are still seeing that the US dollar index today has still remained under pressure, weakened for the day, and I'll be expecting big changes could be coming out soon later on during the PPI price event. And if you guys haven't known about the PPI price event, don't worry, I'll be covering you guys in a little bit, give you guys a little bit of an idea what you guys should be expecting and what kind of numbers could actually shake things out to see how the gold market continue to go higher or whether prices could be slowing down. Okay, so if you guys are enjoying your analysis so far, you guys get a little bit of an idea how I'm doing my analysis, and you guys are interested to know more, you guys are definitely welcome to follow and subscribe so that you guys don't miss out on any informations on a real-time basis. And if you guys do have any requests that you guys wanted to look at cryptocurrencies, you guys wanted to look at stock indices, you guys are always welcome to let me know on the chats. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions if you guys do have any questions about the market. Certainly hope that you guys have a clear understanding and know how you guys will respond towards the overall market reactions that we have been watching so far, guys. All right. So hope that helps you. And don't forget to give us your thumbs up and likes. And thank you very much for the support. Okay. So overall, everything is looking great. I'll be waiting for the signs of a breakout, guys, as I've already been telling you guys. At 3657 around there, that could be a very good key mark for prices to break higher as expected. And there's a pullback, there's your chance to get your entry price, the best entry price for your speculative trades. All right, so with how things are moving onwards, the gold market, I'll be expecting to see much more market reactions also appearing on the other side of the market, like the ones that we have been paying close attention is the silver market. As we know, silver market usually mimics what's happening on the gold market, and from there we can actually try to figure out how things are changing and what kind of possibility could be happening from there as well. Okay, so we'll try to check it out and see what kind of the chances could be coming out of the market too. All right, so from what we have been seeing on the gold market and also what we have been seeing on the US dollar index, it seems it's pretty encouraging to see greater breakout momentums appearing on the market as far as we are concerned. Lots of good chance could be coming out soon on the market right before the PPI news came out in the market and about the PPI inflation. So I'm sure some of you guys do know about the PPI inflation, some of you guys don't. So let me give you guys a little bit of introduction so that you guys know what you guys could be looking out for during the numbers that could be coming out soon in another 1 hour and 30 minutes. So let me have a drink first, guys. So this is the numbers that we'll be watching and the US PPI numbers, core PPI, and yearly inflation as well will be the key event for tonight, right in another 1 hour and 20 plus minutes. And based on those numbers, we are actually getting a really good idea what analysts and economists has been expecting out of the inflation numbers for tonight. So based on the numbers, we have actually been expecting that on a yearly basis, things would still remain under control, remain the same as the last year's numbers at 3.3%. On a monthly basis, it's expected to see prices will be slowing down. But on the core inflation, the core PPI, people are expecting to see that the inflation should be going down lower on a yearly basis as well as on a monthly basis. So what are the criteria that we will be expecting to see coming out from the PPI numbers for us to actually see that will help to push down the US dollar index and push up the gold market even higher? So one of the things we are going to make sure is we are going to see that the 3.3% on a yearly basis on the headline inflation should remain the same with modest improvement on the PPI on a monthly basis on both headline inflation and the core inflation as well as the core PPI on a yearly basis. Because if the numbers are looking mixed, we are going to make sure that the monthly numbers should be going down at the very least. And on a yearly basis, if it still remains similar with the previous year's number, I believe that should also help to push up the gold market and pushing down the US dollar index. So these are the four main objects that you guys need to look out if you guys are trying to trade the event for tonight. This will be a major event, and these numbers should be likely affecting the market a lot, as this will be the guidance for traders and investors on the rate cut expectations, on how things will be moving on the consumer inflation tomorrow night at the same hours as well. So as the numbers you guys could see here, we're actually expecting to see the US core CPI will be released at the same time for tomorrow's market event. So this is certainly a huge anticipations and huge event that a lot of traders and investors are expecting. And similarly, the signs are looking pretty great. We are seeing that people will be expecting to see that CPI and PPI will be slightly lower, and that could help to push up gold market later on in the future. Alright, so that are the expectations so that you guys get a little bit of understanding on how you guys could approach the market. Okay. Right. So overall, we have been seeing gold prices has been trying to break out higher. Make sure you guys prepare your positions. We are getting the confirmation sooner than later. As expected, we have been seeing, and if you guys want to know how I will be trading with a clear entry point, with a clear stop losses, make sure that you guys don't forget to click the link on my profile, on my video descriptions, and join us to trade together on the market events right now, guys, because I'll be sharing my trading ideas with a clear trading plan, and all of you guys could get access on it. So you guys can click the link on my video descriptions and join me together trading, and hundreds of dollars are waiting for you guys. Okay. All right. So we'll be watching closely how to see the changes will be going on, and overall the signs are still looking great. Prices are still trying to break out higher. There's still time, and overall the signs are still looking very bullish. We are seeing the market movement has still been moving really well overall tonight. And if we refresh a little bit, we are seeing that there are some mortgage applications coming on the market, and it seems that the numbers are going to come out in another 4 minutes. So we'll be seeing what are the results coming out from there. And the expectation is for us to actually see that a mortgage application should still be rather subdued as a result of the worsening of the labor market that we have been able to see, guys. All right. So far, everything is still going on track. We are seeing good chance that the gold market will be breaking out. So I'll be expecting to watch closely, especially because our trading gold ultimately and only trading on gold. This is certainly a key breakout event for you guys for tonight, as there are good chances that the gold market could be breaking out soon. All right. So let us try to move on and see what's happening on the silver market for tonight. So the silver market actually has been moving way much better compared to yesterday. Yesterday, we've been seeing that the silver market has been under a lot of pressure. We've been seeing that the market has been going down right until the start of the day, where things have started to improve way much better. And we are seeing that the silver market has been able to continue its uptrend trajectory and will be trying to retest the 14-year high around $41.50, right around there. And prices has actually been slowly building up a very good uptrend for tonight, and nothing much has changed through that, where we are seeing a lot of positive signs of the market that the uptrend trajectory is still there. And right now it is on building up on how it could be breaking out of today's high right at $41.24. It's very much close, it's just shy by 1 cent, and it's going to take some time before we actually do see. So overall, the analysis for silver has been very brightly positive, similar with what we have been seeing on the gold market, where the gold and silver has been building up on an uptrend, and right now it's on the verge of whether it's going to break out right now or whether it's going to break out in another few hours right before the PPI numbers. And so far from the size that we are looking on the silver market, it seems that prices are still waiting, trying to figure out how things will be moving, trying to slow down and decide more during and after the PPI news. But once prices breaks out, it's going to be too late, and that's why it's very much important for you guys to get a little bit of an idea how you guys are going to execute the trades. So there are two ways that you guys could try to approach the market. You guys could trade without confirmations and wait for the confirmations, as always do. And the only way that you guys could do the trades without confirmations is you guys could try to enter the market right before everything starts to change. So if you guys are trying to do your buys, make sure you guys could do your buys right here near the lower side so that you guys could get the best entry point in the market. And that could be offering you guys the best risk and reward ratio. And if you guys are trying to wait for confirmations, the only way that you guys could actually enter the market is wait for the signs that prices has been breaking out higher than $41.24, and there you go for your long positions, because overall the signs is still looking very bullish. The only signs that we have been able to watch is bullish signs, so I'll be expecting to see both gold and silver will be bullish and will be going higher, continuing its rally that we have been watching so far. And as far as we are concerned, prices will be definitely going through some waves of goes up, some waves of ups and downs, but ultimately we are expecting to see that the uptrend will be continuing. Okay, so gold still haven't been able to break out, so that's why again we are trying to wait out, try to see how the changes will be going, and ultimately if we got the signs, we'll be immediately executing the long positions on the gold market, guys. Okay. All right, the signs are still looking great despite prices hasn't been able to break out higher, but there's still a lot of good signs. Prices is still trying to maintain that healthy uptrend, giving us a little bit of healthy corrections, although I would prefer to see prices close right at the middle of the week rather than prices has a long way on the upper side, but overall the signs are still looking good. It seems that prices will be slowly slowing down a little bit before prices are able to continue to go higher. So I think the chances for now that we'll be moving way much faster and continue to move alongside our expectations, we're going to see prices will be testing back the moving averages right at here, 3653, and we'll be expecting to see how the market reactions will be moving afterwards, because if prices start hitting here and prices rebound immediately, that signs are looking great on the market. Okay, so as we are experiencing a little bit of slowdown, it turns out that we have been able to watch the US dollar index has been slightly going back stronger, and I believe that is the main reason why we started to see that the gold market is right now under a huge pressure to retest the support again for once. And ultimately, I believe that the numbers on the mortgage applications has been out. We'll be seeing what kind of changes are going through there. I believe that the numbers hasn't been refreshed yet as far as I could see. Nothing new. So we'll be waiting out. But overall, seems that the numbers is already out. It just hasn't been refreshed yet. No worries. We will be waiting out for more information later on. But overall, we started to see that the US dollar index has been able to go higher right after the mortgage applications numbers is out. So we'll be discussing and analyzing what's happening on the US dollar index for tonight and what's going to happen on the US dollar index and the effects on other trading assets for tonight. So if you guys are enjoying your analysis so far through the gold market, through the silver market, and you guys get a little bit of an idea how you guys could be reacting on the market, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and likes. And certainly, if you guys wanted to get more trading ideas, hundreds of dollars in every single trading trade, you guys are definitely welcome to join us through the link on the video descriptions and chat me for access on it, and you'll be getting access on my premium trades where I'll be sharing a clear entry point, stop losses, target prices, all exclusively only on there. So you guys might as well check it out on there if you guys want to know what I'll be doing on the trades, guys. All right. So overall, everything is still on track, even though we are experiencing a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of a healthy corrections in some ways, until we see prices are still moving in the overall uptrend that we are watching, and expectation is still really high for prices to continue to go higher on the market. So nothing much has changed on that, but certainly US dollar index going stronger is not on our books. So right now, let us try to analyze what's happening on the US dollar index right after the mortgage applications numbers out, and what could be affecting the gold market for tonight could be highly dependent on what's happening on the US dollar index. So far, as we are able to see, the US dollar index turns out for today has been moving on a sideways and hasn't been moving a lot, where there's a lot of expectations that prices has been retesting the resistance area right here at $97.90, and prices hasn't been able to go higher than that as far as we can see. And there's another resistance area waiting up here, and overall, with this kind of weaknesses and prices subdued, we're expecting to see a little bit of false breakout that could be happening on the US dollar index for tonight, especially on the eve of the PPI inflation numbers. There could be a lot of volatility coming on the market, and a false breakout could happen. And that's why we can actually see sometimes price movement before the big event coming out. We'll be seeing some false breakdown, false breakout happening on a lot of trading assets, and this is one of the signs that we are watching. But overall, we have been able to see that throughout the live streaming sessions, prices on the US dollar index still remains within the sideways area, and I take that as a very, very positive sign, as prices could still retest the resistance and immediately goes down lower in the coming hours, there's a good chance that the US dollar index will remain the downward pressure, because the long-term market movement on the daily charts is still likely to show us that the overall trend is still showing us a clear downtrend. And right now we are on the verge of a sideways with a tendency of continuing the overall downtrend movement in the market, and that hasn't changed much. So the expectation is for us to see that the US dollar index will be weakened in the long run, and we should be able to see that based on the trend for tonight, there's a good chance for the US dollar index will be retreating back and testing the support at $97.70 for tonight. And as a result, I believe we should be able to see that prices will be testing the support soon, I would say. And it has been testing the support and actually dropped pretty much right during the analysis, and actually offered you guys a much better entry point again, as I've already been telling you guys the point that prices are right now slowing down a little bit, giving you guys a much better entry point on the market as well. It has happened, and overall the signs are looking great. And from here, I believe the market has a lot of room for prices to continue to go higher as prices are right now retesting and building up another lower low right here. And ultimately, I believe prices has the chance to continue to go higher for tonight after testing the lows. Okay, so as long as prices still remains within the uptrend channel, there's a lot of good chances that prices could continue to go higher on the market. Okay, so everything is still pretty much on track and nothing much has changed. And I'll be expecting to see prices will be testing the support right now. And if you guys are trying to do speculative buys, that is certainly the chance for you guys to do so. So pay attention. Some good chances could be coming out soon on the market. Okay, prices do come back and retest the support pretty quick before going back higher and higher. Everything is still pretty much on track based on our analysis, and it looks like prices will be going higher from here. So pay attention, watch out carefully for the possibility of a breakout that could be coming out on the market, guys. Okay. Okay, so gold prices have been able to give you guys a much better entry point for your speculative buys, and the silver market also dropped to give you guys a much better entry point in the market. Overall, signs are still looking great. We are seeing that the US dollar index has been able to slowly retreating back, and there's actually some good chances appeared on the market. So, for instance, we can actually try to take a look on the currency trend charts right now, and there's actually a few good chances, I would say. So we can actually see it pretty clear coming up from the US dollar index weaknesses that has actually helped to trade against a stronger pair. So for instance, AUD USD, NZD USD could be a very good choice for us to take a look closely, and good chances that prices could continue to go higher on the AUD USD and NZD USD. So we'll be watching closely on those two sides of the market and give you guys further analysis on what you guys could do out of that. Okay, so let's try to take a look. AUD USD. So as we can see, AUD USD has actually been moving on a sideways range, although I could say the overall trend is still going up higher, but it has moved on a sideways, and there's actually a good chance there's a potential double bottom forming and trying to break out 0.661 of a Australian dollar to the 0.66 US dollar to an Australian dollar could actually be a very good chance to do the long positions, as we are still seeing that the Australian dollar is continuing to go higher. And at the same time, NZD USD could also be an obvious case to do those trades. However, we have been seeing that the New Zealand dollar is a little bit erratic, not really showing a lot of good signs. So I'll be avoiding it. And maybe if you guys are considering to do trades on the currency market tonight, the best chances will be coming out from the AUD USD, guys. So watch out and put it on your watch list, guys, because certainly it is attracting, I would say. And definitely there will be more volatility to come, especially nearing the PPI inflation news that could be coming out in another 1 hour and 10 minutes, guys. All right, so everything is looking great, nothing much to worry about. And based on that, we have been seeing most of the market is a little bit mixed on the downside. So nothing much to trade for now other than the ones that has been moving much better coming out from the AUD And meanwhile, coming back to the gold market, prices has been testing the support and building up a lower low, higher low, and that is certainly the recipe for us to see prices to continue to go higher on the market. And I'll be expecting to see how the prices will be moving post break out. That could be coming up very, very soon with this kind of market. So if you guys don't want to miss out on the next trading idea, hundreds of dollars are possibly waiting for you guys on the gold market, on the silver market, on the currency market. Don't forget to click the link on the video descriptions and chat me for access on my premium trades. And you guys can get it all for free, guys. All right. So check it out, guys. Okay, so far price movement hasn't been much, so let us try to discuss what's happening on the all market, and later on we'll be discussing what's happening on the stock indices as well as the cryptocurrencies. And again, the PBM is to be a major event for tonight. So I'll suggest for you guys to watch out carefully and try to assess how things will be going because there's certainly a lot of good chances for bigger volatilities coming on the market for tonight. Okay, so if you are analyzing what's happening on the all market for tonight, I think the chart is looking great. Prices has been continuously going higher. Although one thing is for sure, the uptrend itself isn't really good because we're not really seeing the continuity of what I would consider a uptrend anymore, but rather it has started to slow down and ranging, but it's ranging on a higher ground. So I think that is a very good sign for prices to continue to go higher. But afterwards, if prices couldn't go higher, there's a good chance that coming out from here, prices will be slowing down a little bit and will be trying to break out to determine whether the uptrend could be continuing on the market will be likely coming out from here. And based on that, we have been seeing that market has been trying to go higher, and all of the signs are showing good positive signs that prices will be doing so. However, we know that right now we are facing a very clear resistance, same thing as on the gold, same thing as on the silver market. Prices hasn't been able to break out higher on their resistance area. Right now on the silver resist on the all resistance area is right around $63.67. I would regard that as a $63.70, and prices hasn't been able to break out higher, and that could be a little bit of a concern to see how the overall oil prices could continue to go higher. As long as prices couldn't break out higher than that, there's a good chance that prices will be ranging on a higher ground, but it's not going to go much anywhere. So I would suggest that you guys gotta be careful a little bit, try to see out how the changes will be going. Certainly, there's always chances that prices could immediately break out. So I'll keep this on the watch list, trying to see how the changes goes, especially if prices could break out higher. I'll be putting it on my watch list, guys. Okay. Okay. So we have been covering a lot of important trading assets with you guys, and I hope you guys get a little bit of an idea on how you guys could face the market. And right now we are waiting, trying to see how prices will be breaking out. If prices breaks out, we'll be immediately doing the longs. If not, right now could be a very good chance to do sell, although my view is slightly on the long position, so I will not be trying to suggest for you guys to try to do short positions with this kind of case. I'll be expecting to see that prices will likely to try to break out higher on the market days, especially with the ongoing escalations happening on the market, where we are seeing there's a good chance that the oil market could be benefited to go higher and higher. I'll be bullish on its overall today's view, guys. Okay. And back on the gold market, it hasn't moved much. Unfortunately, that's the case. And again, same thing as well on the silver market. Prices hasn't been able to break out higher. That's also the case. I will try to see out how things will be played. Again, giving you guys a much better entry point to enter at the lower part of the market. Hasn't changed much about that side. So overall, the analysis is still doing really well to give you guys the better chance to re-enter at lower prices. But at the same time, momentum has started to slow down on the anticipations of the news. It should be expected to see that the US dollar index is slightly ranging and trying to stay with a stronger strength, and that's why we have been able to see that the gold market movement has been ranging together alongside with silver, and we're also seeing the same signs appearing also on the oil market. The prices also hasn't been able to break out higher. So seems there's not much to analyze and discuss, and certainly AUD has also started to slow down, so there's not really much of a choice for us to trade with this kind of current conditions. So let us take the chance to analyze what's happening on the other market side, where we'll be discussing a little bit of the stock indices as well as the cryptocurrency market. So if you guys are a fan, or if you guys not, you guys will definitely try to take the time to learn what's happening around the world in terms of the price action on different stock indices as well as the cryptocurrency market. I believe there could be something that you guys could learn out of it too. So first, we have been able to see that the cryptocurrency market has been able to rebound after slightly weakened after yesterday's NFP revision, and overall the signs are still looking great. Prices are still moving on the sideways after experiencing a drop from its peak at 120,000, Ethereum from 4,700. So both of them has been suffering a 10% correction from its peak, and right now it has been consolidating, giving a very good support for those currencies as well. And it seems that prices are likely to try to go back higher. But again, moving on towards the other side of the spectrum, where we are seeing that the stock indices has actually been performing really well, where we have been seeing that the SP 500 has been able to break out to another all-time high record prices. So congrats if you guys have been bullish on the US stock indices, alongside with the US 100, which has been slowly going higher, even though after experiencing a corrections after touching 24,000 plus, we have been seeing that prices has been slowing down, but ultimately the signs are still looking great. There are good chances that prices could continue to go higher, and we'll be discussing in each of its charts so that you guys will get a little bit of an understanding how the overall market movement has been, so you guys will get a closer and clearer look on the market. So let us try to take a look from the Bitcoin market first, and I believe there's a lot of attention towards Bitcoin over the last few weeks. And I believe I'll be switching towards a 1 hour time frame chart since the movement is much longer to analyze, as I'll be giving you a little bit of a bigger overview of what's actually happening on the Bitcoin market. So let me just delete some of this. So we can actually see that the Bitcoin market has actually been suffering corrections from its peak around 125,000. Prices has been slowly going down lower and lower. And ultimately, I believe it has broken out of the downtrend area since the start of this week at 2nd of September. So it's right from last week. So I think that is a very positive sign. Prices has been able to break out, and afterwards prices has been able to take a very good support around 107,000 and 110,000 on the closest support area for the Bitcoin market, and ultimately it has been forming a ranging area sideways, very good consolidations on the Bitcoin market, I could say. It has been slightly ranging around this price, 110,000 towards 113,000 plus. And all of that has actually been showing us the good signs that the Bitcoin market has been breaking out of the downtrend channel. And right now, prices is consolidating, trying to build up the chance for prices to continue to go higher from here. Although prices has been within the range, couldn't be showing us any clear momentum or any clear trend, but certainly this is a good sign rather than we seeing the continuous corrections happening on the Bitcoin market. This is certainly a good chance for us to actually see that the Bitcoin market has the chances to break out and ultimately try to hit back its previous record high at 125,000. Because as long as prices didn't go down more than 10%, a healthy corrections for the Bitcoin market could where we have been used to seeing bigger corrections than 10%, certainly 10% correction will be considered meager compared to its usual volatility. And I'm expecting to see if the PPI news tonight will be moving much better. There's a good chance the sideways area could be broken out and ultimately it will be testing to break out higher, testing the next resistance in line at 117,000, guys. All right, so that's the next view on the market. And if we are moving on towards the Ethereum market, we are also going to get a little bit of a similar view on the market, where we have been seeing that the Ethereum market has also been going through a downtrend phase, and overall prices has been slowing down a little bit, giving us the good chances to see how the prices has been reacting so far. And ultimately, I believe the downtrend channel has just been broken out, and ultimately this is going to share a similar view with what we have been seeing on the Ethereum market, and there's a good chance that the sideways area is forming a very good consolidation, it's a good base for the Ethereum market to continue to go higher. As what we have been able to see, prices has been able to build up a very good support around 4,270, 4,300 as its strong support over the last few weeks. I take this as a very positive sign that the Ethereum market has chances to break out and touch back 4,400 at its closest price target. Okay, so I'm taking this as a very positive signs. Nothing much to be worried about. The Ethereum market has a lot of potential as long as prices didn't broke below 4,270, which is the slow closest and the lowest support that we are able to get out of the market too. Okay, so with the remaining time, we'll be taking a closer look on the US stock analysis, which I believe has the chance to move and shake things up on the market. As we have been seeing, prices has been trying to break out higher and higher, and the ultimate price target that will be seen on the Nasdaq 100 trying to break is around 23,965. And once prices breaks that out, we'll be seeing a good chance that the US 100 Nasdaq 100 will have a longer and a bigger runway for prices to continue to go higher on the market, especially with how things has been going. Good chances we can see this will be continuing, especially it will be another record prices for the Nasdaq 100 to break again. So I take this as a very, very positive sign and good chances there will be bigger volatility appearing in the market, not just on the US 100, it's also going to appear on the SP 500, where right now it has officially break another all-time high again. And I take this as a very, very positive signs. And although in another few hours we'll be seeing the PPI news will be coming out, this signs appearing on the stock indices is actually a very positive signs showing the optimistic and the positive view of the market that despite how bad or not inflation numbers will be, numbers will still go higher on those stock indices alongside the market. And all of this are just showing that the room for upside potential is still really huge. Prices could still go higher and higher. And seems like there's more to come on this market movement. Okay, guys. Okay, so we've got the signs that we are watching out of the market, only with the exceptions that the Dow 30 has a lot of room to go higher. So I'm expecting to see that gold market will be slowing down a little bit with the positivity that we have been seeing so far. And let me switch a little bit and assess how things are changing. All right, so it seems that prices hasn't been able to hold itself, and prices has actually been dropping way more than what we have been expecting earlier on in the market. Certainly not the signs that we have been watching. And with this kind of market movement weakening, it could really change the whole trajectory on the whole market. If prices couldn't stay inside the uptrend channel, it seems that the possibility for gold prices to continue to go high is starting to disappear. And ultimately, it will be testing the support area right here at 3648, where it was the previous highs that we are seeing on the market. As you guys could see, this was the previous high. And if prices could break down lower than it, it seems that the uptrend is not holding itself well, and prices on gold could ultimately start to reverse and change the whole plan that we have on the bullishness that we have. So that's why waiting for confirmations could be a very key thing rather than trying to do speculative trades where it could be easily get out of the market pretty quick on the market. So that's why we always wait up for confirmations on the market so that we don't make unnecessary trades, and patience, patience, and patience. But again, seems that things will be likely to reverse on the market. So pay attention about the possibility that prices will be testing back the price target at 3640 for tonight on the gold market with this kind of market scenario. And prices will likely to try to range a lot with this kind of volatility in the next 30 minutes, and so there will be a huge possibility that prices will continue to go down as far as we are able to see on the market, guys. All right, so watch closely how things will be moving right around here. Okay, so this will be the line that will be happening in the market where prices will be testing the next support, as prices will likely try to reverse on the market and it will likely to go down lower. So if you guys wanted to know how I will be doing the trades with this kind of conditions, things have started to shift, I'm redoing the analysis and try to react based on the situation that prices have started to reverse. I'll be doing shorts if prices continues to reverse and showing confirmations after confirmations after confirmations that prices is weakening. We'll be shifting our view and we'll be doing short positions on the gold market instead of long as prices has changed. All right, so before our live streaming sessions end, I'll give you guys a little bit of an update, what I'll be expecting out of the market movement for tonight, and what can you do in the case that prices goes up or goes down. I'll be giving you guys a little bit of analysis on how you guys could be reacting on the market based on the ongoing scenarios. And based on that, you guys should decide how you guys are going to proceed forward on the market, guys. All right. So don't worry. I'll be giving you guys a little bit of recap about almost around everything. And from there, you guys could decide on how you guys want to do your trades next. All right, so let me give you guys a little bit of a recap based on the overall scenarios that we have been watching and how you guys could adjust based on this kind of situations. So first, we have been seeing that the uptrend has started to been disrupted with how things has been changing despite the weaknesses on the US dollar index. We are still seeing that the gold is heading lower and lower, and the expectation is prices will be testing the support here at 3640. And I'm also expecting to see that the silver market has started to weaken and change and have a reversal on hand, and it ultimately will be bringing down the overall market scenarios, and I'll be expecting to see prices will be breaking down below $41.05, and it will be testing back the $40.90 area soon. And moving on towards the next trading assets, which is coming out from the oil market, where we have been expecting to be bullish, but so far nothing much has changed. I'll be ultimately waiting to try to see how things will be breaking out or prices breaking down below $63.30 to do the short positions if prices broke below that, and do long positions if prices starts to break out higher. And again, I'm pretty much bullish tagged on the stock indices, as right now we are just shy from record highs on the Nasdaq 100, and also SP 500 has been breaking record prices during our live streaming analysis, and I'll be expecting to see a little bit of pullback before the news will be coming out on the market. So if you guys want to know how I'll be executing my trades on the market and make consistent profitable trades together with me, you guys are welcome to click the link on the video descriptions and chat me for access on my premium trades. And if you guys wanted to get more updates on how I'll be doing the trades and continuing my live sessions with you guys. I will be on my VIP live sessions for tonight, and you guys could get access on my VIP live sessions through the link on my video descriptions and chat me and ask access for my VIP live sessions to continue monitor the price action and give you guys more updates on how you guys could react on the market. All right, so I'll see you guys there, and welcome to make a profitable trading together with us through my premium trades.